There are ideas that drift into your mind like a quiet breeze, soft enough to be ignored, but persistent enough that they refuse to disappear. The notion that your soul may be experiencing more than one timeline at once is one of those ideas. Delicate yet provocative, subtle yet expansive, almost like a memory you never lived but somehow recognize. People often assume that life unfolds as a single, straight path, measured by clocks, calendars, contracts, deadlines, and a fixed sequence of before and after. Yet there are moments, rare but undeniable, when something disrupts that linear narrative. You feel a swell of déjà vu so vivid it shakes you. You encounter a person for the first time but feel the unmistakable pull of familiarity, as if their essence has already woven itself through the chambers of your inner world. Or perhaps you sense an unexplainable longing for a place you have never visited, a yearning so deep it feels like remembering rather than imagining. These experiences do not fit neatly within a single timeline. They feel like fragments of something else, something overlapping, converging, or echoing from beyond your visible life. If you sit still long enough, letting the noise of daily obligations soften around you, you may sense the faint hum beneath everything you call your story. It is not the hum of thoughts or emotions or even intuition. It is older, deeper, and strangely familiar. It is the vibration of a soul that is not confined to one thread of time, but moving, learning, and unfolding across many. You can almost sense the edges of it when you pause between breaths, when you allow yourself to be present enough to feel the invisible architecture behind your experiences. The soul does not operate on the narrow track that the human mind perceives. Instead, it bridges multiple realities the way light reflects across crystalline surfaces. Different angles, same source, each reflection carrying part of the whole. To consider that your soul exists across multiple timelines is not to abandon logic or drift into fantasy. It is to acknowledge what your lived experience has already been whispering. The human mind is designed to perceive time as linear, but consciousness is not bound to that design. Consciousness perceives beyond the clock. It reaches into memory, imagination, intuition, and possibility, drawing from a broader terrain of existence, one that stretches far beyond what your physical senses can register. When you feel as though you are being nudged toward a decision without knowing why, when you sense danger before there is any sign of it, when a dream feels more like a message than a story, these are glimpses of your soul's awareness bleeding through from timelines your conscious mind cannot yet interpret. Your soul, unlike your mind, does not experience life as a singular storyline. It experiences existence as an orchestra of parallel expressions, all playing variations of the same essence. Some of these variations are subtle, like faint harmonics that add richness to the melody of who you are. Others are more pronounced, influencing your choices, shaping your fears, guiding your intuition, or generating inexplicable clarity at unexpected moments. And while you may experience these influences as random flashes or emotional surges, they are not random at all. They are intersections, moments where the boundaries between timelines grow thin enough for one version of your soul to resonate through another. We often speak about destiny as though it is a single path leading to a single outcome. But destiny, like consciousness, is multidirectional. It is a field of possibilities, shaped by countless choices unfolding across countless planes of experience. Your soul navigates this field the way a traveler moves through interconnected landscapes, collecting insight and expanding awareness from each. Even if you are not conscious of these journeys, you feel their effects. They show up as intuition, as sudden clarity, as a rational certainty, as a quiet knowledge that something is right for you even when it defies logic. They emerge in dreams that feel like memories and in memories that feel like dreams. They echo in synchronicities that arrive like secret messages from an invisible network of your own existence. If you widen your awareness just slightly, you may notice that your emotions often behave as if they're responding to more than your current circumstances. A wave of sadness may rise in you for no reason you can identify. A surge of courage may appear when you least expect it. A sudden knowing may surface in situations where you have no prior experience. These sensations feel mysterious only because you are taught to interpret yourself as a single being in a single timeline. But your soul is far larger than this narrow frame. These emotions, impulses, and intuitions may be echoes of choices, struggles, triumphs, and awakenings occurring in other layers of your existence. Timelines that are not separate from you but extensions of your soul's unfolding story. To sense that your soul is operating on multiple timelines is to realize that life is not confined to the visible thread you walk each day. It is to recognize that your deepest instincts may be informed by versions of yourself you have not yet met, that your fears may be inherited from battles fought elsewhere, that your strengths may be forged in experiences your body has never lived, but your consciousness has fully known. This understanding does not complicate life. In many ways, it simplifies it. It reveals that you are never incomplete, never lost, never without guidance. You are always connected to the larger, multidimensional intelligence of your own soul, which is constantly expanding, learning, and steering you toward the version of you that holds the most truth. The idea that your soul is operating across multiple timelines is not an abstract theory, but a lived truth waiting to be remembered. It is an invitation to see yourself not as a linear character, but as a multidimensional presence, woven into a much larger tapestry of existence. The more you allow this realization to settle within you, the more your experiences begin to make sense. The strange coincidences, the powerful intuitions, the feelings you cannot explain, they all become part of a broader narrative that reveals itself in layers, like a map you are only just beginning to read. To venture deeper into the architecture of a soul that exists across multiple timelines, you must first loosen your grip on the familiar narrative of linear existence. The human mind is conditioned to believe in beginnings and endings, causes and effects, a neatly progressing sequence of events. But the soul does not experience reality this way. It experiences time as a fluid landscape, one in which the past, present, and future overlap, informing and shaping one another in ways that defy ordinary perception. Think of your mind as a traveler walking a single illuminated path, while your soul is the sky above it, vast, continuous, witnessing countless paths, countless possibilities, countless versions of unfolding. One of the central themes underpinning the idea of multiple timelines is the distinction between the physical body and the field of consciousness that animates it. Your body exists inside time. Your consciousness exists beyond it. This is why intuition can anticipate what the senses cannot detect, and why healing can unfold backward, forward, and sideways through your experiences. When you feel a sudden shift in your perception, a sudden knowing that you cannot trace to any moment in your present life, you are feeling the ripple of consciousness across timelines. It is as though your soul is whispering from one version of reality to another, offering guidance that transcends the boundaries of physical chronology. Another core concept is the idea that identity is not fixed but layered. You are not a single self living a single life. You are a constellation of selves, each expressing a facet of your soul's purpose. These identities are not separate entities competing for dominance. They are parallel expressions of the same essence, each learning what the others cannot. One version of you is learning courage, while another is learning patience. One is cultivating intuition, while another is refining discipline. One is navigating heartbreak, while another is discovering profound love. All of them belong to you, and all of them shape the person you experience yourself to be in this timeline. When you feel internal conflict, it is often because different versions of your soul are resonating through you at the same time. When you feel a deep sense of clarity, it is often because multiple layers of your identity are aligning toward the same truth. A particularly important theme is resonance. Those strange moments when something in your reality vibrates so deeply that it feels like a memory. Resonance occurs when an event, person, feeling, or place aligns with an experience happening in another timeline. It is not coincidence. It is coherence. This is why certain decisions feel effortless, as if they have already been made. It is why some experiences feel predestined, unfolding with familiarity that cannot be explained by your current lifetime alone. Resonance is a soul's way of guiding your physical mind by allowing different timelines to harmonize, even if only briefly. You feel this in the body as warmth, clarity, recognition, or a sudden surge of emotion. But beneath those sensations is a multi-layered communication happening across dimensions of yourself. A further theme is the looping nature of time within the soul's awareness. Your life is not a straight line. It is a spiral. Every pattern you revisit, every emotion that resurfaces, every lesson that returns, is part of a larger design you have woven across numerous timelines. When you feel stuck in a repeating cycle, it is not because you are failing. It is because a parallel timeline is echoing through yours, urging integration, completion, or transcendence. Healing does not occur only in the present. When you heal something now, an old wound, a limiting belief, a painful memory, your healing reverberates outward, influencing other versions of yourself engaged in similar struggles. This is why profound healing often brings inexplicable peace, as though you have relieved a burden from more than just the person you are today. Finally, the concept of choice becomes profoundly expanded when viewed through the lens of multiple timelines. When you make a decision, you are not simply choosing a single direction. You are aligning with one version of your future self over another. Choice becomes a form of navigation. Each decision shifts you toward a timeline that reflects the frequency of that choice. When you choose fear, you align with a timeline shaped by fear. When you choose courage, you align with a timeline shaped by courage. When you choose truth, you align with a timeline shaped by clarity. This is why major decisions often come with that subtle feeling of stepping into something larger than yourself. Because, in a very real way, you are stepping into a different version of your unfolding destiny. In exploring these themes, the fluidity of time, the layered nature of identity, the resonance between versions of self, the spiral of repeating patterns, and the multidimensional impact of choice, you begin to see that life is not a single narrative but a multidimensional tapestry. The threads of your existence are woven in ways the physical mind cannot always track, but your soul can feel. Every moment of intuition, every unexplained emotion, every sense of familiarity or déjà vu is part of this deeper structure, an invitation to expand your perception and reclaim your awareness as a multidimensional being. There is a quiet liberation in understanding that your soul is not confined to one story. It means you are not defined by your past, not limited by your present, and not powerless in your future. It means that every moment carries potential to shift you into a timeline with a version of you that holds more wisdom, more courage, more peace, or more purpose is already waiting. When ideas stretch beyond the boundaries of everyday understanding, the mind often struggles to hold them in their raw, abstract form. This is why symbolism exists not as decoration, but as a bridge. Through symbolic narratives, the intangible becomes visible, and the multidimensional nature of the soul can be sensed, if not fully grasped, by the human mind. So to explore how your soul operates on multiple timelines, it helps to step into the realm of allegory, where deeper truths are carried inside images and stories that quietly bypass the limitations of literal thinking. Imagine a vast library, old enough that its origins have dissolved into myth, yet so alive it seems to breathe with each turning page. This library does not exist in any single place, nor in any single time. It exists everywhere your soul exists. Every book within it is a different timeline you are living, have lived, or may yet live. Some books are thick with dense, complex stories. Others contain only a few delicate pages. Some are written in languages a conscious mind cannot interpret, while others carry a script that feels eerily familiar. You walk through this library not with your physical body, but with your awareness, drifting between aisles where every volume is both separate and connected, like countless threads woven into a single tapestry. In this symbolic library, you pull a book from the shelf, a book that radiates warmth as though it remembers your touch. When you open it, the pages shimmer. You do not read the words. You feel them. Scenes unfold inside you. Decisions made, lessons learned, emotions felt with such intensity that they ripple into your present self. And here's a hidden truth. Each time you grow, heal, awaken, or transform your current timeline, the ink in this book subtly rearranges itself. Choices shift. Paths realign. The story edits itself. For your healing now does not only alter your present, it reaches backward and forward across timelines, rewriting the narrative of the versions of yourself who need that healing the most. Another story. Envision a great river with countless tributaries branching from it. Each tributary is a timeline, flowing with its own momentum, shaped by different landscapes, storms, and seasons. Yet all these tributaries originate from the same source, a spring deep beneath the earth, pure and ancient, which symbolizes the soul itself. Most people believe they are traveling only one branch of the river, but in truth, your essence is traveling all of them. Some currents are calm, others turbulent. Some are bright, others shadowed. From the perspective of a human mind, these streams look separate, but from the perspective of the soul, they are one river exploring itself through endless variations. In moments of déjà vu, the currents of these tributaries briefly converge. The feeling that you have lived something before is not always a glitch in memory. Sometimes it is a confluence of timelines, a moment where two versions of your soul pass close enough to exchange recognition. Meanwhile, intuition is a gentle tug from a tributary you cannot see, guiding you through waters that only your deeper awareness can feel. And synchronicity is when multiple streams align so precisely that you find yourself exactly where you are meant to be, at the right time, in the right timeline, meeting the right reflection of a truth you needed to remember. Now imagine a third narrative, a house of mirrors, not the chaotic carnival kind, but a sacred chamber built with intention. Each mirror reflects a version of you, not as distortion, but as possibility. Some reflections show who you might become. Others reveal who you once were. Some mirrors glow with a soft, golden light, while others hold shadows that stir your unease. But as you stand in the center of the chamber, a subtle realization dawns. These reflections are not separate from you. They respond when you breathe. They shift when you move. They vibrate when your emotions ripple through your body. They are you, living across different timelines, all sharing the same origin point. In this symbolic chamber, you begin to understand why you sometimes experience emotions that do not match your environment. Your fear may echo from a version of you who face a challenge you have not yet met. Your confidence may flow from a version of you who has already overcome what you are currently struggling with. Your sadness may be a shared thread between timelines still learning the same lesson, and your sudden courage may be borrowed from a future self guiding you toward alignment. The mirrors teach you that emotional experiences are rarely isolated. They are conversations across timelines, woven into a chorus your soul conducts. Consider, 2, the narrative of a garden. In this garden, every plant represents a timeline. Some are flowering with beauty. Others are sprouting new leaves. Some appear dormant, and a few wilt in the shade of unresolved wounds. But beneath the soil, their roots intertwine. What nourishes one nourishes the others. When you heal something deeply in your present life, releasing fear, forgiving yourself, choosing truth over comfort, embracing love where once there was doubt, you send nutrients into the shared root system. And the plants and other timelines respond. They grow stronger. They heal. They bloom. You may never see these other gardens with your physical eyes, but you feel their reactions as subtle shifts in your emotional landscape, as sudden clarity, as ease where there once was struggle. In these symbolic stories, the infinite library, the branching river, the chamber of mirrors, the interconnected garden, something becomes unmistakably clear. Your soul is not bound by the timeline your physical body occupies. It exists across many, gathering wisdom from all, expressing itself through all, and guiding you through the subtle language of resonance, intuition, synchronicity, and emotion. These allegories are not fantasy. They are metaphors for a structure your soul already knows, but your conscious mind is only learning to perceive. You may feel it even now, a gentle stirring, a recognition that these narratives are not merely stories, but mirrors reflecting a truth your deeper self has always carried. By engaging with these symbols, you allow your awareness to stretch toward the multidimensional architecture of your existence. You begin to sense that everything you experience is part of a larger conversation happening across layers of yourself, each timeline whispering its wisdom, its warnings, its hopes, and its history. Understanding that your soul operates across multiple timelines is captivating on a philosophical level, but its true value emerges when the insight begins to shape the way you live. If this truth remains abstract, it sits like a distant constellation in the sky, beautiful yet inaccessible. But when you allow it to enter your daily awareness, when you begin to understand how these multidimensional currents shape your emotions, decisions, relationships, and growth, the entire structure of your life begins to feel different. Not looser or more chaotic, but more coherent, more meaningful, more alive. The first form of integration begins with perception. When you start to notice that not every feeling, impulse, or inner signal is generated solely by your current experiences, life becomes less confusing and more compassionate. You no longer interpret every sudden fear as a flaw or every sudden sadness as a personal failing. Instead, you begin to understand that emotions can arrive from deeper layers of yourself, carried across timelines like echoes crossing a canyon. What feels like unexplainable anxiety may be the resonance of a version of you grappling with uncertainty. What feels like unearned confidence may be the presence of another version of you who has already mastered what you are now learning. This awareness softens self-judgment and opens a space for more graceful self-acceptance. Decision-making is another realm transformed by this understanding. When you start viewing choices as alignments with different versions of your future self, you begin to choose more intentionally. You begin to sense which options correspond to the timeline where you feel most fulfilled, empowered, and whole. That quiet pull toward a particular direction is often a message from a future version of you who has already walked that path. Conversely, the heaviness or resistance you feel toward another choice may be a signal from a timeline where that decision led stagnation or struggle. You begin to treat intuition not as a mysterious force, but as a communication channel between timelines, guiding you toward your best unfolding. Relationships take on new depth as well. Many people assume that connections begin the moment two individuals meet. But when you understand the multidimensional nature of the soul, you realize that some relationships are continuations of connections that began in other timelines. That instant sense of trust, that strange magnetism or familiarity, the feeling that you already know someone, these are signs of overlapping timelines, where your souls have interacted before or are interacting simultaneously. Likewise, conflict or tension without clear cause may be the echo of unresolved lessons between versions of your identities. When you see others this way, blame fades and understanding expands. You begin to navigate relationships with a softer heart, clearer boundaries, and deeper intuition about the role each connection plays in your unfolding story. Healing becomes more profound when you recognize that inner work does not stay contained within your present life. When you release a long-held fear, when you choose forgiveness, when you break a pattern that has followed your family for generations, you're not healing only yourself. You are healing across timelines. This is why significant emotional breakthroughs often feel disproportionately powerful. The relief is too deep, too expansive, too ancient to belong solely to your current experiences. Your healing sends ripples through the timelines where other versions of you are still carrying the same wound. You become the point of transformation through which the entire field of your identity evolves. This multidimensional understanding also reshapes how you interpret synchronicities. Instead of viewing them as random coincidences, you begin to treat them as markers of alignment, moments where your present timeline intersects harmoniously with others. When something appears in your life with perfect timing, when events unfold with a sense of orchestration, when opportunities arrive that feel predestined, you are witnessing the synchronization of multiple layers of your being. These moments are signals that you are stepping onto the timeline that reflects your highest coherence. Even mundane experiences take on a richer dimension. A dream may no longer feel like a dream, but like a window into another version of your life. An irrational attraction to a hobby, skill, or place may reveal a path your soul is exploring elsewhere. A sudden moment of clarity in the middle of confusion may be the whisper of a timeline where that clarity already exists. When you begin to live with this awareness, your inner world becomes a compass, and your outer world becomes a map filled with signs, guides, and hidden architecture. Choices that once felt heavy become lighter. You realize that no decision is final because your soul is always navigating toward the timeline that reflects your deepest truth. Identity becomes less rigid. You understand that who you are today is one expression of a much larger presence, one note in a symphony of selves playing across time. This realization is not disorienting. It is liberating. It removes the pressure to get everything right in a single lifetime. Instead, it reveals that your purpose is not perfection, but exploration. Not certainty, but expansion. Not control, but coherence. Self-awareness becomes a conversation rather than a verdict. Each time you reflect on your desires, fears, impulses, or patterns, you are tuning into the multidimensional orchestra of your soul. You begin to ask different questions, not what is wrong with me, but which version of me is speaking through this feeling? Not why is this happening to me, but what does this event try to align within me? Not am I lost, but which timeline am I stepping toward? As you integrate these insights, life becomes less about chasing outcomes and more about cultivating alignment with a version of yourself who already holds the truth, wisdom, or peace you are seeking. You begin to walk through the world with a deeper sense of connectivity, purpose, and quiet confidence, knowing that your soul is guiding you across timelines toward the highest expression of who you are. Understanding that you are multidimensional does not remove the challenges of life, but it transforms how you experience them. Every struggle becomes a dialogue. Every emotion becomes a clue. Every milestone becomes convergence. And every moment becomes an opportunity to align more fully with a timeline that resonates with your most awakened self. There comes a moment in every journey of understanding when the ideas you've gathered, the symbols you've explored, and the experiences you've reflected upon converge into a single, undeniable truth. You are far more expansive than the story you've been taught to believe. The notion that your soul is operating across multiple timelines is not meant to complicate your identity, but to reveal its depth. It invites you to release the narrow frame through which you have viewed your life and step into a larger awareness, a wider horizon where the boundaries of time soften, where past and future fold into present, and where every version of you is part of a single, living continuum. As you stand at the threshold of this understanding, you may feel a kind of resonance within your chest, a faint but unmistakable recognition. It is the same recognition you feel when encountering a truth your soul has always known, but your mind is only now able to articulate. This recognition is the beginning of transformation. It signals that the idea is no longer philosophical. It has crossed into your awareness, into your meaning-making, into the way you will navigate the world from this moment forward. To live with the awareness that you exist across multiple timelines is to live with a deeper intimacy with yourself. It means honoring your intuition as a real form of intelligence, not a whimsical feeling. It means treating déjà vu not as a glitch, but as a meeting point between versions of your soul, walking parallel paths. It means recognizing that healing is never wasted, that every moment of courage resonates across layers of your existence, strengthening versions of you who are facing their own storms. It means allowing synchronicity to guide you rather than dismissing it, trusting that the universe interacts with you through the alignment of timelines. And it means sensing that your destiny is not singular but multifaceted, shaped with each choice you make toward expansion, clarity, and inner truth. In this expanded worldview, your life becomes both a personal story and a cosmic expression. The simple act of waking each morning becomes a re-entry into your chosen timeline, a place where the lessons you are ready to learn and the gifts you are ready to embody await your presence. Your challenges become invitations to evolve across multiple dimensions of yourself. Your victories become celebrations shared across realities. Your growth becomes a unifying thread, weaving your timelines together into a coherent whole. There is something profoundly empowering in realizing that you are not bound by your past, nor limited by your present, nor at the mercy of a predetermined future. You are an active participant in the unfolding of your destiny. You are the navigator, the listener, the healer, the dreamer, and the creator of the path you walk. The timelines your soul inhabits are not happening to you. They are happening through you. They are the living expression of your evolution, written across the landscape of time. And as you take this understanding into your daily life, you may notice subtle shifts. Your decisions become more intuitive. Your self-awareness becomes more compassionate. Your relationships feel more purposeful. Your sense of direction grows clearer, as though you are walking toward a future that has already been calling you from beyond the horizon. This is not coincidence. It is alignment. When you align with a version of yourself who is already living your deepest truth, the timelines begin to converge, and life unfolds with ease that feels almost otherworldly. This is the essence of transformation. Not the rewriting of who you are, but the remembering of what you have always been. A multidimensional presence. A consciousness unfolding across layers of time. A soul learning itself through countless expressions. A being woven from wisdom far older than your years. So the invitation before you is not merely to contemplate these ideas, but to live them. To wake each day with the awareness that you are stepping into a timeline shaped by your choices. To trust the guidance of your intuition as echoes from versions of you who have walked ahead. To honor your healing as a gift you give not only to yourself, but to every facet of your soul. To embrace synchronicities as signals of coherence. to walk with courage toward the version of yourself who holds your greatest expansion, and ultimately, to remember that you are never alone within yourself. The many timelines of your soul move with you, through you, and around you, guiding your evolution in ways both subtle and profound. You are not a single story. You are an entire library of becoming. You are not a single path. You are a river made of countless currents. You are not a single reflection. You are a constellation of selves shining across time. You are not confined. You are unfolding. You are not finite. You are timeless. This is your call to step into the fullness of who you are, to walk forward with awareness, to choose with intention, to listen with depth, and to trust the multidimensional intelligence of your own soul. When you begin living with this understanding, not as a concept, but as a way of being, the timeline you step into becomes brighter, clearer, more aligned with the truth you were meant to embody.